We're going to make some space for yoga. So let's lie down and take a blanket and make it a long, thin shape. Put it across your mat, and that's to go under the shoulder blade. And you want to try and get your shoulder blades to sit flat against your back rib. And if you take your arms straight out from your shoulders, they'll fit nicely at the top edge of the blanket. So it's important when you use equipment like this that your neck is comfortable. Just check in that the front and back of your neck feel even in length. And you could put another pillow under your head if necessary, or make your blanket under your shoulder blade lower. We'll start off with the legs in this neutral position where they're parallel and the feet are parallel and hip width. Bring the focus to the breath. Feel the space the breath makes in your body. Takes up of your body. The feeling of replenishment. Notice if the equipment, because of the unusual position it brings to the spine, causes tension. And with each exhalation, allow your body to be a little more at ease with the shape. Give in to the equipment. Letting yourself be. With both the pleasure and the awkwardness of this shape. Try the legs now in Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees out wide. We bring a new shape to the body, bringing new tension. Observe that tension and let it go where you can. Feel the shape of your body in this posture. Where your body gives in and where you resist. Feeling the space at the breath. Good, and then bring in your arms and your legs, and we're going to roll off to the right side and take the blanket out from underneath. So take it nice and slow. And lay back down so that you're flat onto the floor now. Again, you want to check in that your neck is comfortable. Front and back of the neck. At the front door. Front and back of the neck even length. And we'll reach the arms overhead. Palms up. Begin to reach your arms longer and longer out through every finger. Feeling the space of the breath. Notice how this lifts the spine away from the floor. As you exhale, press your spine into the floor. Feel the belly hollow. Inhale, lifting the spine away from the floor. I might have forgotten to say have the legs parallel, feet hip width. As you exhale, press your lower back or your whole spine down to the floor. Inhale, lifting the spine. Exhale, pressing your whole spine. Inhale, lifting the spine. Beautiful. Bring your arms back by your side. Turn the palms up and find a comfortable position where the curves of the spine feel like a natural fit in your body. Feel the space of the breath. Good. Press your lower back into the floor again. You might feel your belly hollow. And we're going to lift up the right leg and have your knee over your hip and make some really nice big circles with your foot. We're going to take the foot all the way around the range of movement of your ankle. You don't have to go fast here, but really try and feel every part of the movement. Stretch your toes as far as they'll go in every direction around that circle. I'm doing my right leg, but if you picked up your other leg, that's good. And then go in the other direction. We want the muscle, maybe of the foot, the ankle, to start to tire a little. Good. Other direction. Beautiful. And then forward and back. So now the toes are just reaching all the way forward and all the way back. Plantar flexing and dorsiflexing. It has a name. And just check in your shoulders, relax. Or if you tensed your upper body, trying to help your lower body here. So hopefully we're starting to feel a little bit of muscular fatigue in that leg. Perfect. And then we'll put that one down. Letting the breath take up space. Good. And I'm lifting up my left leg now. Just make sure you're doing your opposite leg. So we've got the knee over the hip and try to get your toes to stretch all the way around in a beautiful circle so that the ankle's really working through all of its movement. Upper body relax. Finding the breath. Finding space for yourself. And then the other direction. It's a beautiful way of supporting your spine, and you can reset the alignment of your lower limbs, feet, your ankles, your knees. Good. Hopefully that leg's feeling a little bit tired. Good. And then we'll do plantar flex, pointing the toes, and dorsiflex. So now the foot is just moving in line with the shin. So maybe the sensation you feel is the muscles heat up a little. They are working and get tired. Beautiful. And then we'll put that leg down. Nice. Press your lower back into the floor. And we're going to take the arms straight up from the shoulders and lift the feet off the floor. Now really press your lower back into the floor. Find your breath. We're going to swing the knees, keep them about hip width apart, just a little to the left, and the upper arms a little to the right. And then we swing back to center and other way, knees right, arms left, and we're pressing the lower back into the floor. Feeling the breath, space for the breath, feeling the core of the body working. Back to center. Beautiful, feet to the floor. Let's take the back into the floor again so you feel your belly hollow and the arms overhead again. Really stretch out through your arms and your fingers. We're going to lift the heels up off the floor. Really press your back. Good. Heels lower down. Lift your toes up off the floor, but really press your back. Good. And opposite, heels off the floor. Toes off the floor. And then bring in your arms. Relax your spine. We're going to turn gently to the right side and come into all fours position. And in all fours, we're going to arch the spine up and down. Follow your breath rhythm with the movement. As you inhale, the front of the body feels open and spacious. As you exhale, the back of the body feels open and spacious. Stretch your fingers out wide. So there's even and wide spaces between every fingerprint. Stretch the thumbs. Press the fingers down. The print, particularly the base of the index fingers, particularly. Bring your spine into a neutral position and feel how you lift the belly a little to keep that comfortable position for the spine. So the front core of the body is working just enough to keep the spine comfortable, healthy. Good. And we're going to just ease the torso forward and back. So we're warming the wrist up a little. There'll be a little pressure on the bend of your wrist, the angle of the wrist, which is different, everyone. A little bit of weight forward and back. Let's make it a little stronger, and we're going to make a spinal wave movement. So you can bend your elbows, bring the chest forward, and when you get to your full forward position, then you're sort of straightening your arms, you're lifting the chest, but then reverse and start to arch your spine up to the ceiling and take the hips back towards the heels. And then you bend the elbows, you look forward, bring the chest forward. When you get all the way forward, see if you can straighten your arms and then lift the spine. So spinal wave. Feel the shape of the spine as it moves through this range. Feel your movement, what feels awkward and what feels easeful. Feeling the space of your breath. Beautiful. And then we're going to bring the knees a little wider, toes touching for forward virasana. Enjoying the flow of the breath, lengthening the spine. So hips are reaching back, but the top of the head reaches forward. Armpits open, lengthening, broadening. Good. Bring the elbows to the floor. Look forward. We're going to lift the torso. Bring the knees so they're about hip width. And we're going to take the chest towards the front of the leg. The elbows stay parallel if you can, but you probably want to slide out a little bit. See if you can keep them shoulder width. So chest towards the front of the legs, and you might be able to rest your forehead to the floor or gently looking forward, so without squashing the back of the neck, but feeling that the chest is opening, broad, long. Enjoying the space of the breath in your body. Good. We're going to come back into forward virasana. So lift your elbows, bring the knees forward a little wide so you can fit your tummy comfortably in your chest. Tiptoes touching, not exactly tiptoes, big toes touching. Forward virasana. You might be able to rest your forehead on the floor or even use your blanket. That little gentle pressure on the sinus. Feel the breath flowing in and out through your nostrils. Feel the breath moving the ribs. See if you can walk your hands a little bit further forward, but your shoulder blades back, the top of the head forward. Take your right arm now and reach it to the outside of your left knee. And we're going to turn the torso to the left side. So you're looking under your left arm. But then we're going to reach the left arm behind. And imagine you could reach that hand towards your right knee. No way I can touch it, but in that direction. Returning your upper body. And feeling the breath. Beautiful. And then both arms out in front. Again, forward virasana. And then we'll take the left arm under the right arm and hold the right knee, turning your torso to the right side. And then take your right arm behind you and reach as far as you can in the direction of your left knee. Turning your upper body, feeling the space of the breath, lengthening your spine, your neck. Nice work. Both arms out in front. Come up into all fours. Fingers out wide. Tuck the toes under. Downward facing dog pose. We're going to have the knees bend. Lift the heel. And with the breath, as you exhale, open the armpits a little and gently moving the chest towards the front of the legs. And then as you inhale, take a little bit of that pressure off the shoulders. Just bring the shoulders forward a little. As you exhale, opening the chest towards the legs. Inhale, letting go of that stretch a little. One more. Good. And now we're going to keep going with the upper body. Chest towards the legs as you exhale, and we're going to start to press the heels down as well. So when you inhale, just relax everything. So take the stretch out. And as you exhale, press the chest to the legs, the heels towards the floor. Follow your breath. Try to keep the weight in the base of your index fingers. Good. And then we're going to hold the stretch. So press your heels down, letting the armpits lengthen. Let your head just hang down. And feel the shape of the breath in your whole body. Beautiful. We're going to take little steps and start to walk your feet forward. See if you can pad your feet, get them to move. Enjoy being able to stretch the base of your toes. So as this becomes too awkward to keep moving your feet, just help yourself to come up to standing. And we'll take the arms all the way up. And Tadasana. Let's stand at the front of the mat in Tadasana. Feet under the hip. Parallel feet, parallel legs. Lengthen your lower back. Lift the kneecaps, the quadriceps, shoulder blades down. Enjoying the flow, the space of each breath, the space that your body takes up. You lengthen. As you press your feet down, lift the top of the head. Turn the upper arm out. Good. We're going to take the arms behind, holding your elbows. You can't quite reach your elbows, holding your forearm or holding your upper arm. We'll make a little back bend, looking up. Good. And we're going to come into a forward bend, but keeping that back bend shape. You might not hang all the way down yet, but rather reach the top of your head forward. So as we bring the weight forward, try to keep the feet planted. You might have to have your legs bent here, but just balance how far you can reach forward, how far you bend forward with stretching the back of the leg, not stretching your lower back. So we're trying to keep the back bend shape, which will keep the lower back more relaxed. And feel the space of the breath and the feeling of awkwardness in the body, resistance. And with the satisfying breath, keep lengthening the top of the head further forward, the back of the neck longer and longer. Maybe you want to straighten one leg and then the other leg, and we're trying to do that without straining the lower back. So we keep a easeful feeling there. One leg bending, the other leg bending. Oh. Good. And then rolling up. And arms up. Release them looking up. Whoa. Hastasana. Tadasana. Finding the length of your spine. We're going to start getting used to standing on one leg. And you're just going to pick up one leg at a time. Feel your balance shift from side to side. As you place your feet back down, see if you can place them back hip-width, parallel, without looking. Feeling your center of gravity. Feeling of space in your body. The feeling of the space that your body takes up. Finding balance. Good, last one. Let's pick up the right leg and hold it. Now, you might need to keep your tiptoes on the floor to hold your balance. You might be able to lift it up high or even hold your knee. Some people can hold their foot. We're going to draw the shoulder blades down. Just feel some nice wobbling going on with your left foot and ankle. The strength required to stand on one leg. Feel the shape of your spine. Does it feel balanced? Like there's a alignment here. Good. And let's release that leg and swap sides. So picking up your left leg. And you might need to keep your tiptoes on the floor if you're a little bit wobbly. Or you can hold your knee or your foot. But let's find a balance for the spine. So there's an ease to the neck. Finding the space of the breath. Nice work. Leg down. Good. We'll take the arms out. And as you exhale, Uttanasana. So you might reach the floor, that's fine, or hold your leg. See if you can find that easier feeling for your lower back. So the more you lift your torso, the easier it's going to feel there. So find that and then start to work your leg. So straightening, and you might do one at a time, maybe both together, but try to lift your kneecap. And we'll lift the chest and look forward. And see if you can still feel the breath taking up space, even though we're starting to really make some awkward shapes of the body. Feeling the breath. So explore your stretch. Keep lengthening your neck. We're going to bring the bottom towards the heel, so bend your knees. So it's sort of a squat warm-up. Good, and keep reaching the torso forward over the thigh. So we're just holding this awkward position. Lift the pelvic floor. Good, keep your knees bent like that. Bring your hands in front of your heart and lift your torso. So we want to end up, the feet are parallel where we're standing. The legs stay parallel. Hands to the heart and lifting your torso. Keep the tailbone down and keep lifting the belly. So we want to really activate the core of the body to support a good feeling in the spine. And then bring the arms up by the ears. Utkatasana. Take the thumbs back and the small fingers up. Feel where the weight is in your feet. So you might try turning your feet to the outside edges or the inside edges. But find that best feeling for your legs, your ankles, your knees. Good. Let's keep the legs bent. Bring the hands back to the heart and reach your belly out again over the thighs. So we come back into that squat warm-up position. And put your hands where it makes sense, on your legs or on the floor. And now we're going to start to straighten the legs. And your forward bend. Good. See how you go, keeping your lower back feeling easeful. But try to embed the bones of the spine forward. And breathing deeply. Good. We're going to roll all the way up to standing now. Urdhva Hastasana. Arms up by the ears. And just notice if that feels awkward in the spine. Even wriggle around a little bit until you start to get a feeling that the spine is really nicely balanced. Like we had the support under the spine at the beginning of the practice. Find the middle back bones embedding forward. Slide the shoulder blades down. Good. And we're going to stand on one leg. So lift your right leg. Really reach up through the arms. Beautiful. That leg down. And then we're going to stand on the right leg and lift the left leg up. And release. And release your arm. Good. Now, we're going to come back down into our squat, warm up. So feet are parallel, hip width, legs are parallel. And your hands might be on your leg, maybe on the floor. See how you go lowering your hip bones a little bit further. You might have to put your arms way out in front for a counterweight. Beautiful. All right. Straighten the legs. We're still in a forward bend. Part your feet wider. Turn your toes out. And now try squatting without the heels coming off the floor. So lift your bottom up again. Keep the heels down. Try squatting and don't go further than when the heels want to lift up. So heels have to stay on the floor, even if you're just going a little way. Heels stay on the floor. Nice. And we're going to lift up by pressing the heels, lift the pelvic floor, powerfully pressing into the legs. Great. Now we're going to sit down, and you can sit yourself on the floor any way that feels sensible, or you can try from here, keeping your heels on the floor and sitting. Lucky the floor's behind me. All right, we're going to take a seated position. I'm using the blanket to lift the hip bones a little, the pelvis forward. And find the space, the breath in this position. Feeling the alignment of your spine, however that might feel. Sometimes when we check in, it feels a little off or just not comfortable. Sometimes it feels great. So seeing how that is today. Let's make some really little spinal waves. So we're trying to move the whole spine, full range of movement. Particularly if there's any tight spots along the spine, maybe in your neck, Maybe your lower back are the most common. See if you can invite gentle, loving, caring movement. There's an opposite direction. See if you can find it. Ooh. Maybe the opposite direction, the unnatural feeling. It's where the goodness lies. Where you get the most potential. That's forward and back. And let's do side to side. And I encourage you to think about the diaphragm here, at the base of the lungs, and try to move the diaphragm to the horizon, side to side. And feel the spine follow. We're going to finish off with a floor twist. So lay down. And here we are with the floor supporting the curves of the spine again. And just check in that your neck feels okay. Some people need a little bit of support under the head when they lie down on the floor. So just feel the space of this in your body, whether the breath flows with ease. Mm-hmm. Good. So I've got my feet hip width parallel. Put your right heel on your left knee and the legs go left. Right heel, left knee, legs go left. And you keep your right shoulder blade turning. If you turn your head, you're going to get a little stretch in the neck as well. And observe any tension along the spine. Close your eyes. With each exhalation, give in a little, as though you are melting into the posture. Bring your awareness to the core of your body. Feel the abdominal muscles, even contract them really powerfully, so that when you lift your legs, your spine is supported by using all of the muscles of the core, not just those little muscles that connect the vertebra. You have so much power to you. Beautiful. Back to center. Left heel, right knee, and legs go right. The left heel, right knee, legs go right. And we keep the left shoulder blade on the floor. And turn your head to look over your left. You can close your eyes and check in. Is there tension anywhere along the spine, or maybe the hip, maybe the neck? And with each exhalation, giving in. Gently, gently coming back to center. Beautiful. hug your knees into your chest and rocking a little bit from side to side. And turning gently to your right side and coming up sitting. With your hands over your heart. Thank you for joining. Take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste.